Hey, this is my ride report from my first ride with my Lynskey Pro29. This is a large frame. I bought the frame and put the whole thing together. But first, just for a little background about me, just so maybe you can size me up versus, the bike, the size of the bike and whatnot. I'm 6'2", 155, 160 pounds. High. As far as my leg and body length, probably proportional. No, not extra long body or extra long legs. Like I said, I'm 6'2". I'm not a technical rider. I like fast single track. Not really into jumps all that much. Just good flowy trails is what I like. So that's pretty basic about me. I've been riding for quite a long time, more of a road rider, but I enjoy the mountain biking, in the off season. But the bike, what I have here is the Lynskey Pro 29er it's in a large. I think the weight of the bare frame was 4.3 pounds. And as it sits here, less the seat pack and CO2 cartridges and the bike pump there, the frame pump, it's 24.4 pounds. The wheels are Sprinergy GMX. These are actually a mountain bike rim, not the gravel wheel. The wheel combination, just the wheels themselves, less sprockets and rotors. I think they're about 1,800 grams, something like that. I've got the Rocket Rons here. They're about 600 grams a piece. I think they're 2.1s is what these are. So the wheels are so-so as far as the weight. The fork I have is the Stepcast 34, 120 millimeter of travel. I think it's the 551 offset or something like that. I had the XT group with the 4-pot calipers. Let's see here, XT crank. I have a little chain guide there, just keep the chain on there. Not that I've really had that much problem with it. I have forgive me, this is a Litespeed seat post here. I think it's a 20 or 25 millimeter offset, which I like the offset. I just like a long reach. And the saddle is just an older saddle I've been partial to. Probably can't get these things anymore. Serfas Lola. The handlebar stem is Race Face Aeffect Zero Rise, 70 millimeter length. The bars are Race Face, and it's a 10 millimeter rise on the Race Face bars, which I would actually prefer a zero rise. I just like a low bar. I've changed the levers out here for the flows. Nice aluminum lever here. Won't break. You've got plenty of travel here, for little mishaps and whatnot. I like them. They're a little bit heavier than the stock plastic levers, but they won't break. Got the EDC tool little thing here. It's a little hard to get out, I guess. Dang. And it's got some basic tools. Nothing too fancy there, but I like it. I haven't cut the stem down yet because I'm probably going to change the stem. Just a different make, still 70 millimeter in length, zero rise. But okay, my impressions of riding the bike. I find it very responsive, especially to the steering inputs. Seems very sensitive, which I like that. I don't guess it's overly sensitive, but I did find myself having to pay attention to my body position on the bike, and it seemed just very sensitive as far as loading up the front end, or if I hang off the back a little bit, the rear end just seems to bounce around a little bit. The bike I'm used to is a Scale 950 2017. The numbers on the frames, if I look at the geometry, the Scale was a shorter reach than the Pro 29, but it sure doesn't feel that way. The Pro 29 is a little bit shorter in the reach, which made it very sensitive to my body position on the saddle. I just felt that envelope of moving forward to backwards on the saddle was a lot tighter than what I was used to. You know, I like the 70 millimeter stem that I have on the handlebars, but I sure wouldn't go any shorter. Not for me. I would be too cramped. I think I'll stick with the 70. I could probably go to a 90 still, but I just hate to go that long. I think it would dull the steering inputs. I found the bike really fun. I'm not that strong right now this time of year, so as far as how quick it accelerated and climbed, I didn't notice too much difference between this and the Scott 950, but I will tell you that I had a Pinot 3 Litespeed, and this bike is day and night different if you want to compare those two. The Pro 29 is a lot more responsive, which I do like. It's quicker on the steering inputs, seems to go just where you want it to. You know, you can pick your line real quick on the steering, but I mean, it may be a little twitchy for some people, but I liked it. I found it quite enjoyable. It seemed almost intuitive. My only, I wouldn't call it a drawback, it's just that I have to get used to it, that my positioning on the bike, it just seemed really sensitive. And some of that can probably be tamed down to tire pressure. I'm sorry, I don't have the tire pressure, don't know it right now. I started out with 22 front and rear. I generally go light on the tire pressures because like I said, I'm 155, 160 pounds. So, I mean, I may go 18 PSI, maybe even 16 if I can get away with it. Sorry, I don't have the numbers right now to tell you, but I think playing with the tire pressures is really going to help the handling. Not that it was bad. I just like to maybe dampen some of the roughness out of it, and I think tire pressure will take care of that. These are not the rims I'm probably not the rims I'm probably going to use. I've got some others. I ended up buying the Rovals, the Specialized Rovals, which weigh in at 1,270 grams. So I'm going to lose about a pound and a half off of these. So I'm really anxious to put those on the bike and see how it feels. And the way this bike feels on the whoopties, small jumps, this thing wants to launch. I'm not big on getting a lot of air, but this bike does not take much to get air. it really wants to launch. I find that I have to be kind of careful because it's just so lively. Quite fun bike. I'm glad I have it. I think this is going to be a good move. Like I said, this bike replaced my Pinot 3. I bought the Pinot as a completely assembled bike, so the wheels, the XT group, is what came off my Pinot. So this is a pretty good comparison. Night and day difference between the Pinot 3. Definitely the Pro 29 is definitely quicker handling machine. I would, not that I have a lot of experience in racing, but this bike seems more racer oriented than the Pinot. Quite fun quite fun bicycle. If you want one that handles quick, it seems fairly stiff. Well, it seems pretty stiff, but like I said, I'm gonna try and work with the tire pressures and get that calmed down a little bit. Well, hope you get some good information out of the review. In case you're wondering, the stickers I have here, I pulled off the orange stickers and put gold ones on. I'm going to pull these off. They were kind of crappy. They're not sticking too well. But I've enjoyed the bike on my first day riding. Quite fun. I hope you got some good information out of it. Oh, another thing, I had to back my brakes off quite a bit. My levers were too stiff, so I just adjusted these out so they weren't as sensitive, because I felt like I was over braking on the front end. So I had to dial that back, so I had a little bit more lever travel to just keep me off the brakes a little bit, because this thing, like I said, this thing responds. Found it kind of bouncing around a little bit. Could be tire pressure. Hope you enjoyed the review. I've enjoyed the bike. My first day riding. We're going to have plenty more riding after this. Cheers.